Hello, hello. Welcome to Chalk Baby. I'm Vicki, and I am an independent consultant for Chalk Couture. I have a couple projects tonight I want to do for you guys, and I'm so excited that I'm finally on a live again. It's been another week. Can you believe it? I have been busy procrastinating, putting things off, and not getting things done. Between cleaning my house and work and keeping up with my teenage daughter and 4 cats. Yeah, so not that you need any excuses, but I'm finally here. So hooray for that. I currently, on my Facebook channel, have a game going. So if you run into my page by being referred to a friend, any way that you were referred, maybe you seen a friend had it on there and you asked them about it and asked what it was about, or they told you, hey, you would really like to see these videos, and you came to my page, put down who referred you, because you and the person that told you about my page will be put into a drawing for some Happy Mail from me. I will send you a surprise in the mail. So it runs until tomorrow at 6 p.m. I posted it last night, so you had 2 full days to get your name in this drawing. If you're watching this on the replay, I will upload this video tonight. And if you're watching it from YouTube, just also find me on Facebook, put down that you found me on YouTube, and I will put your name in the drawing as well. So any way that you were referred to my page, or you found me through maybe a Facebook ad or anything, I will put your name in. If somebody did refer you, I will put your name plus their name into the drawing. And I'll be drawing on my live tomorrow. I'm hoping to get it on here about 7 o'clock. So you'll have until 6, and I will put everybody's name in a bucket or something and draw 2 winners. So 2 lucky people will be getting mail from me. So tonight I have a Halloween sign that I want to make, and I'm doing a thing for the September Club Couture transfer, Fall Blessings again. I want to use that one more time because it's one of my favorites. So, but first I have a tip that I want to tell you guys about. I recently did a shirt for a friend, a trick-or-treat shirt, and I ruined it. Yes, I screwed it up horrifically. I was doing this shirt and I made it really fun, and I burnt it with the iron. I scorched it, actually. So it doesn't look very pretty, and I couldn't give it to him, and I was really sad about it because I worked for 2 hours on this shirt. It says, no tricks, just treats. And I put little spider web and spider and the crow. I used, I don't know, two or three different transfers altogether, but I made it really fun, you guys. I put bats on it and the haunted house, and so it was really good. And I am really bad with white shirts. So what happened is that, of course, I spilled my drink, and I noticed the next day after I did the shirt that some of it got on the shirt. So I tried to wash it off. I even tried to bleach the little spot. And because I live in an apartment, I don't have a washer and dryer, and so I couldn't just throw it in the dryer to dry. And I used a hair dryer. It felt dry to me. Everything was great. Well, I had to heat set our ink to make it permanent. And what happened is I think the shirt was still damp because when I put the hot iron on it, it made this really disgusting stain on my shirt. It got scorched. So don't do what I do. Don't make the mistake of scorching a damp shirt with an iron, because this is what you get. So my 2 hours worth of work on this shirt is somebody else's lesson and my lesson learned. So that's what happened there. Don't do what I do. Let me get you up on my computer. When you come on in, say hello to me, because I'm hoping it's a Saturday night and somebody will come on and chat with me tonight. If you have any questions during what I'm showing you, then just put them in the comments and I will answer questions as they come in. If you're watching the replay, put replay down below, and I can see who comes to see me. So let me get this going. And somebody will come on and there we go. All right. So, and I don't have my chair tonight because it's in my daughter's room. I'm going to set this for later. And let's get going. I recently cut apart a palette. And from the wood that I got out of that, I got these little sections. This one here, I have already sanded it. And I used just some acrylic paint, some black acrylic paint to stain it. All I did was put the acrylic paint on it, and I used just paper towels, and I put the acrylic paint down. I sprayed it with some water, and I just buffed it all into the wood and let that dry, and we get this really, really pretty, like brown stained wood. So that was fun, and I already got that done. I'm going to be using the Size B Transfer Happy Halloween Pumpkin. And it looks like this. Let me get you down to my surface so you can see what I'm doing, and we will get this chalked on our board. I think you can see my surface there, hopefully. And I will let the computer catch up to know for sure. Now I'm going to pull this back off the backer sheet. And if you're not familiar with Couture products, we have these transfers. We don't call them stencils because they're actual silk screen transfers. There's a silk that's in there. And our chalk paste and our ink gets distributed right through that silk screen onto our surface. And we have a fuzzing cloth because we don't want it to get too sticky onto our surface, because when we pull that off, our transfer could stretch. So I'm going to fuzz it just a little bit. I don't have to do it too much because there's not a whole lot of sticky area with this pumpkin. And I know not the whole thing will fit on my surface, but I don't want the whole thing. I just want it to be a happy Halloween sign. So I'm just going to center. Do I want to center it in the board or do I not? Yeah, I think I'll center it in the board. As close as I can get by eyeballing it. And tonight I'm going to use our orange peel paste, if I can find it over here. In my tower of chalks. Okay, here's our orange peel. Now when we first open up our chalk paste, we want to give it a good stir and get it at the right consistency, making sure that it's all mixed up and smooth as we can get it. If it's too dry, we would use our fine mist sprayer and give it a couple squirts of water. But this is the orange peel, and actually it came to me in a really good consistency, so it's actually worked for me quite fine. I haven't had to do too much to this orange peel. Some of the colors, when you get them, they seem to dry out a little quicker, and some don't. This one I hadn't had any issues with. Giving it a good mix. I think that's about good. And I'm going to use our small squeegee. We have different size squeegees. If you haven't seen my past videos before, I like showing them off because we have many different kinds of tools that we can use. This is our small squeegee, and it actually is kind of fairly large because this is our mini squeegee. And as you can see, the size difference there. And you just use whatever you feel most comfortable with using. The smaller squeegees are good for if you have different details and projects that you're working in. Big surfaces require you to use a bigger squeegee according to your preference. I have a hair in here. Let me get that off. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make sure there's no air bubbles in my transfer. So what's everybody doing on this Saturday night? I did absolutely nothing today but stare at social media, knowing all the things that I have to do. I'm going to move it over just a little bit more, I think. I have work to do for my actual day job that I need to catch up on, and I've been in a funk lately. I cannot get my mind to focus on anything that requires brains, and I really need to be doing that, or I probably won't have to worry about a day job, and I don't want to risk that. So tomorrow, guess what this girl's doing? It's supposed to be my weekend off, and I want to enjoy my weekend off, but I also want to start the week with a clean slate and without all the worry of things needing to be done. So I'm going to put some of my chalk paste on my squeegee, and I'm just going to run it along this. I think I'm going to do the pumpkin part in orange, and this other little leaves and stuff that are here, I'm going to do that in a different color. So I'm just going to run that chalk paste through my silk screen. Make sure to cover it all. I really hope you guys comment on my post I put out last night. I don't want you to miss out on Happy Meal. I like getting things in the mail. I don't know about anybody else. I just thought it would be something fun, something I haven't done on my page yet. Trying to get more likes to my page. So if you're on YouTube, please, 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 please visit me on Facebook. That's where you're going to find out all the juicy details about what's going on. And then once I build that up, I'm still hoping to do a VIP page, but I want it to be worth it for everyone to go find out what deals and games and surprises and fun we can go and have in that group, a special private group. Okay, I'm about done with this. Trying to keep it in where I want it to be. And I don't know, and it seems like there's a little dot of red there for some reason, but we're just going to leave it and go with it. Got some on my finger. Of course, I'm already making messes. Okay, now I'm going to peel it back and see how it turned out. Ooh, I like it. That's my favorite part, is pulling that back. And I got a little bit on the wood. I'm just going to rub that off. Oh, I like it. That looks so fun. Yay. Alright, now I'm going to do my corners, but first I want to blow dry that off a little bit. Sorry to be loud just for a minute. So I think, how do I want to do this? The whole corner won't fit on it, but I wanted to get some of these leaves on just for a side, you know, a little side decoration. I wonder, maybe, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. Because I want, maybe if I, oh, I know. Okay. So, let me get this right. If I line it up more in the corner, I think, just where it's just on the wood, and try to line it up straight, hopefully. I think that's a little crooked. I'm trying to decide what color I want to do it in too. I think I'll just do it in white. I think that would be pretty. Having trouble lining it up. I want to get it kind of centered with that corner, but okay, I think that's good. Now I'm not going to go all the way to the end of this because I don't want to go into that pumpkin. So I'm just going to kind of do it like this so that that's running up the side. And I'm just going to cut it off, I think, to frame that corner off. Where's my white? Okay, I'm going to mix this one up. I'll use the mini squeegee. It's different doing this standing up. I haven't stood up to chalk for a long time. You should have seen me pulling apart this palette the other day. I didn't get as much usable wood out of it as I thought I would. I actually didn't, I guess, take into consideration how tough it is to pull apart a palette. Luckily I just bought my own little jigsaw the other day. First saw I've ever bought. I felt like a big girl. And anyway, yeah, I sawed that palette apart, and I got some pretty neat little pieces of wood out of it, though. I'm not going to complain for free. Okay, let's pull off that one. Yay! Alright, now let's do this other side. Line that one up. I think that's pretty close. I think it needs to come down a little bit more. Trying to get it lined up to where the distance from the edge of the board is the same on both sides. First it needs to go down, then it needs to go up. And I think about right there. Looks close to the same. Let's press it down. And we'll do this side. Anybody had their heat on lately? Let me know in the comments, because I know I went to bed with my space heater on last night. I'm such a baby when it comes to the cold. I don't like it too hot, and I freeze in the winter. I've got to be one of the coldest people I know. But I think with the daylight savings time change and just, I don't know, the whole change in seasons, it throws me off every time. Okay, so I took off the excess chalk. I'm going to put it right back in my jar. Save it for later, for other fun projects. And now I'm going to peel this side. Like that. And there's our finished project. Happy Halloween. Now see how simple that was? It didn't take me any time at all. Like, I've been on here maybe 20 minutes. And half of that was talking. Now, let's close up our chalks. Let's see if my daughter will give me some water. Hold on just a second. I'll be right back. Gianna? Can you fill my water bath? I forgot. Thanks, dear. All right. I'm going to find some... cold is fine. I'm going to find strip of my Halloween ribbon, and I think I'm going to staple it to the back to be able to hang this. I've got some black and orange ribbon here that I haven't used yet, so I'm just going to pull that out from the roll here. And I don't think we'll need a whole lot. And it's a wide ribbon. I think what I'll do, let me just cut the length first and we'll do something so it hangs better. I don't think we need it too big. I'll just go with that. Hey, thank you, ma'am. Alright, so I've got this. I can throw my tools in it. They're a lot easier to wash when they're not crusty. Okay, so let me grab my scissors. And what I thought, maybe we put just a couple knots in it. That way it kind of holds this ribbon together. Like that. And we'll give it a couple staples. That's my idea. Let's flip it over. Make sure it's dry here. You don't want to flip it over if it's wet. It feels pretty good to me. Chalk paste doesn't take long to dry. The ink takes a lot longer, and I've noticed that the shimmer paste takes quite a while to dry. And I'm just going to give this a couple staples on the back. Just like so. Oh, that one didn't work. And there. Now it's got a nice little hanger to it. It says Happy Halloween. Every time I make a new project, I just want to stare at it forever. I just sit and stare. Like, even when I'm in my living room looking at the projects that I've done, I just stare at them. I can't get over it. It's like, I made that, and I get so excited because then all I want to do is sit. Once I get started with this, I just want to chalk all day, all night. I should have started earlier, and then I could have got a bunch of projects done today. I have a custom piece for my cousin I still have to do. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. And it turned out so, so awesome. I will take pictures of it later. Alright, now for this next one, I'm going to use the Fall Blessings transfer again, because like I said, it's one of my favorites. And I have this rustic round, it's called. I found it at the craft store. And I'm going to open it up. Ooh. I'm going to open it up, and every time I think of fall, I think of the outdoors, always. The leaves, the temperature of the air, just the way it feels outside, and I thought that this looks like, you know, the natural wood with the bark still on the edges, and that if we put fall right in the center, hopefully it fits, then that would look really cute. So, oh, and it fits that way. Well, shoot. I wanted to use this one. I thought the letters were smaller. I should have measured it first before I got going. I don't want it to be like that. What could we do? I don't think it'll work even if I took it straight to the edges. All letters won't fit. Well, maybe we will use it that way. I think we will. That's the way the transfer was made. This one's not as sticky anymore because it's not brand new, but I am going to give it one time here on my fuzzing cloth. As you can see, it's getting stained up. I've used it quite a few times. It's got lots of life in it though. Stained does not mean that it doesn't work, right? Also, you know, instead of the natural wood, why don't we open up my walnut stain? This is my favorite color stain. You can use any stain that you want. You can finish your wood in any way. You can give it a whitewash, you can paint it, you can use any color stain, any way that you prefer. You could just use it this way if you wanted to. But I love the color of a walnut stain. I'm gonna have to get more pretty soon. Well, I guess it's about half full still. And stir it up here with the stir stick. Need a brush. And I'm just going to give it probably just one coat. Look at this, soak it right in. Oh, that's pretty. I don't think I've worked with a round like this before. They have the small ones too, the little, I don't know what they're called. They got the bark on the edges. People use them for like ornaments. I've heard some people use them for coasters. I'm not sure exactly how that works using it for coasters, if it soaks in the moisture of your drinks. This is some thirsty wood. It's turning a little darker than I thought it would, but it's going to look really nice. Just paint that right on. And then I'm going to put this lid on. Sorry, I'm gonna bang. Sorry, it's gonna be loud. I apologize. Okay, and then I've got a rag over here, I thought. Maybe. Well, I had a yellow towel, but don't know where that is. I was going to scrub that out a little bit, buff it. Yeah. It's all soaked in there anyway. I don't even know what colors I'm going to use on this. I hadn't planned it all out. I like just going with the flow. It takes the fun out of it when everything has to be planned and precise and perfect. I just do what I feel at the moment. I planned some things, but okay. That feels a little damp yet. Should have just done this before I got on my live. I'm going to rub it just a little bit more. And I'm going to use the blow dryer on it. This will only take a minute. Alright, I think that's good enough. Okay, now I'm going to put my transfer back on here. I think this would be alright. It actually, for the 4 letters, the way they're positioned, it fits on here perfectly. It's almost like it was made for it. That's why I decided just to go with it and use these letters. All right, so I really liked the colors that I used in my last fall project. And for those, I think I used the red, the yellow, and the orange for the fall leaf colors. Now I also used, I want to say pesto or meadow. That's pesto. It was definitely meadow. No. It was pesto. Yeah. And I'm going to do the letters in the same way because I liked how it turned out, and I hope that it turns out that way this time. I don't know orange because we just used that. Let's mix the red. This is candy apple red. And our bumblebee yellow. All right, so let me get a couple of our squeegees. I don't know if we'll use that small one or not. We might try to grab a couple more squeegees here. All right, so last time I just put dabs on the bigger parts of the letters because it's got these little speckles in it and it makes it look like fall leaves. And then the green we'll put on the other parts of the letters. So let me dab some of this around. A little yellow here and there. And we'll put some red. I put somewhere I didn't want it. Well, we'll put red on each of the tips. I don't know. Darn it, I didn't want to do that. But it'll turn out fine. It'll be alright. And then we'll put some orange. Okay, so then we will just take that. Oh, I don't have much orange on this one. Well, we'll just have to add the green too because I'm not liking how that turned out. We'll just do it all together. Just not put as much green maybe. Because fall leaves are green too, so it's a good mixture when it turns into fall. What else are we missing? A little bit more yellow down here. Some orange in that one. I'm just making a mess. That's what it's called, right? Hot mess. That's the story of my life. All right. I think that's about it. We'll go with it. So now we're going to pull that across. and see what we get. I don't want to swirl it too much because I don't want it to be too blendy. I'm just pulling it straight off. It looks like it didn't stick very good. I hope it turns out. The transfer wanted to move on me. And I don't want to save this excess because it'll just be a blendy mess with the color that I'm never going to use again. So, alright, let's give it a good peel. Oh, it didn't stick there. Hold on. I wonder why that didn't work. Dip my finger in. Just a little bit of water and some more color. And there's a couple spots that didn't stick to the surface. So I'm just going back through a little bit and scratching some paste through that silk screen. I think it's because, if I grab some green, I think it's because my surface was still a little damp from that stain, so it's not really wanting to stick. Yeah, it happened over here too. But if I play with it, I will get it to stick. Yep. Darn. Well, let's try some yellow here. It is, if I'm just... I've never had to play with it to get it to stick before. So there's some parts of it that worked and some that didn't, but enough to figure it out, right? I'm trying to find places to put my transfers because we are not supposed to stick them in water baths anymore. So I'm actually going to stick them aside over here on the backer sheets and wash them when I'm done. Our transfers are washable with water only, and there's a new formula for the new transfers now, and they cannot sit in the water bath. So you use them and then you wash them at the end in your sink, or you can put them in the water bath then, but that's the only time they can be in the water is to be washed. They can't sit in there for periods of time anymore. So I wish I would have used more yellow in this. This is how it turned out. I might keep it this way, I'm not sure. Not really happy with it. If I play with it though later on and decide not to keep it, then you will see it in the pictures because I'll take pictures of it. So let me try the wheat. I'm still going to finish the project. I'm not going to leave it there. We have these little wheat things that come with the transfer also. This was a Club Couture transfer, so it was only for sale to members and designers. If you want to join Club Couture, put club in the comments and I will send you a link to find out more information about that. It's $19.99 a month. I believe $26.99 for Canada. And it gives you a size B transfer, exclusive to club members and designers only, and it also gives you preferred customer status. So there's a deal every month, perks that club members only get. It also gives you a cheaper flat rate shipping. You save $2 a month. Club Couture already has a flat rate shipping of $6.95. The Club Couture members get $4.95, and that's anything you put on an order. Flat rate, $4.95 for shipping, and that is cheap. Trust me, designers don't even get that. So anyway, if you want more information, put Club down in the comments, and I will get a hold of you with a link to find out more information on that. Because it is awesome. I became a Club Couture member before I was a designer. Only for a brief time, though, because I got liking it so much right away that I just joined right away. Ooh, I like that color. This is our camel color, and it is one of my favorites. I just love this natural light brown color. Do you want more than one? No, I think I like that. Just one on each side. I really wish, you know what? I wonder what would happen if I tried to take that off and put the hairdryer on it again and tried that lettering again. Let's find out. I am going to just use a new wipe. And I'm going to, because I don't want to soak it, I'm going to take this off and see what happened. It's wood, so I don't know. Everything's trial and error. If you mess up, you just do what works. And I know I don't want these letters on. I've just now decided they're coming off. So if I take them off, this probably may not be the best way to do it. We're just going to go with it though and see what happens here. If I wipe them off, give it a good blow drying and see if I can get them any better than how they are now. I'm just not happy with it. I'll put them in the same spots, use the same colors, but maybe with the hairdryer I can dry them a lot better. Things are falling. Oopsies. I've got a mess going on here tonight, don't I? Didn't think I'd be getting into this trouble tonight. But that's okay. I'm not going anywhere. And right now, it's not looking like anybody else is here at the moment. So if you're watching the replay, keep on watching. I'm going to try to make this better. Off some of that stain. We'll just try to blend it in a little bit. It's looking kind of dull, isn't it, guys? That's right. We're gonna do it better. Okay, so that red really didn't come off. And I'm gonna try just a little bit more here. Like I said, I'm gonna put the letters in the same spots. I'm just trying to get it cleaned up at the moment so I can redo it. And this time, before I put my transfer on it, I am going to hopefully dry it better. Now, since we did that, let's open our stain a little bit. I'm going to give it a little bit more stain, and then I'm going to dry it better this time. Probably shouldn't put any more stain on it because I'm trying to dry it. And I said I wasn't going to get it too wet, but now it's really dull looking, so I want to kind of blend it in a little bit at least. So just going back over it lightly. Blend it in and bring back some of that color because me scrubbing it off took some of that off. So I'm just going to put it right back on just a little bit. Nobody said I knew what I was doing. Okay, that's a little better. And I didn't add very much. All right, so it's going to be a little loud for just a couple minutes here. Hope everyone's having a good night and watching me make mistakes. So how do you learn if you don't make mistakes, right? Mix our paste up with it. starting to dry. This shouldn't take too long. I'm sorry it's loud. Like watching paint dry, I know. It'll be over quick. We're getting there. Really held on to that moisture. That's the problem. This wood really took the stain, soaked it right in, but it didn't dry very fast. So it takes the stain a little differently than what I'm used to. So, and I'm not an expert in stain, so that's what happened. We'll let that cool off. I'm gonna set that aside while I wash my transfer here. Stick that there. And I'm going to use my board eraser. These are our board erasers. They come in a 2-pack on my website. And they clean these transfers really well. My daughter put plenty of water in here. I feel like I'm going to make a mess. So far it's been messy. Messy night. Get this transfer cleaned up and dried, and we'll get it right back on there and do these letters again and try it. Hopefully it turns out better. I just didn't like how they turned out. It surprised me. The reveal's the best part, and I didn't feel that excitement. Like, I was happy it looked okay, and then I noticed that the paint didn't stick to the surface because the surface was not dry enough. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. I think I dried it a little longer this time, so cross your fingers. We're going in for a second try. Almost done. I'm washing the last letter here. Just got to make sure that all the chalk paste is out of the silk screen. Okay, let me get the back side of it really quick. Okay, now I'm going to dry it up. One side of our fuzzing cloth has this microfiber side that just soaks up all the wetness from your transfers when you go to dry it. It's for drying. And then this other loopy side is for fuzzing. Make sure it's good and dry. And last time too, I think what happened is I fuzzed it. This time I'm not going to fuzz it. This wood is smooth enough where I'm not going to get any fibers onto my transfer. Let me line this up the way I had it, at least close to it. I think that's close. Up a little bit higher, I think. Okay. Now let's try it again. I don't think I'm going to wait as long this time, so I'm only going to do it 2 letters at a time. Maybe that'll help. Let me give my inks a good stir. All right. colors back on it. Put in some orange. Oh, man, I am being messy all over. I just dripped it onto my table. Good thing it's washable. Okay, so let's take, well, I guess it don't matter which one I use at this point. They're all dirty. Just gonna clean that up just real quick. All right, so now I'm gonna pull it down. It wants to move already on me, darn. Are your fingers crossed, everyone? Now I'm going to do the green on that other side, like I said. That's what I wanted to do last time. Okay. And it's still pulled up. Ugh. Let's get it the best we can, because I'm not playing with it no more. It's stuck to the transfer. Darn it. Just in that one spot. A little bit more. There. Not the best, but I'm going to go with that. Now to do these L's. It's better than it was last time. And that's what I was going for. So sometimes you do good projects and sometimes you just don't. It'll still look fine, just not what I expected, right? So there's our yellow. Put on some red. And throw in some orange. Okay, here we go. And now the green. And that excess I can put back in because that wasn't mixed with anything. There. See, that didn't turn out too bad. Now, I noticed that I didn't quite get the letters lined up where the last letters were, but I can fix that later. All in all, it will be salvageable. However you say that word, right? Salvageable. It can be fixed. And it's just a project, and all projects can be redone. So there's fall on the plaque. And then again with our Happy Halloween sign that we made first. So those are my 2 projects tonight. I'm very happy. I think this fall one will turn out better once it's dried, once I fix it up a little bit. And I might add a bow or something like that. But I will take pictures and I will post them on my page. So look for them if you want to see them finished. I bought some pumpkins tonight. Maybe I'll stage them a little bit. I'm glad you came. And I'm glad you've seen me mess up and try to fix it. So maybe that'll help you in a future project. Remember, don't iron damp shirts because you will scorch them. And get to my Facebook page. Tell me who referred you to my page or how you found me. And I will put your name and the person who referred you, if somebody did, into a drawing that I will be doing tomorrow night on my live at about 7 o'clock. So watch for that. Please comment and like and share and all the goodies. If you have any questions, put them below. I will answer them. And have a happy Saturday. See you guys later. Bye. Good night.